Clemson opens in the man-to-man. This is the matchup that you want to look for. Moses Wright against Amir Sims.
Advantage Wright to start out. Dan, I know you were looking to key in on this matchup. That was Moses Wright spinning against Amir Sims, and now it's DeVoe on the drive and Wright on the follow.
One of the things that Clemson 30% from beyond the three-point arc, and Sims isn't one of them.
And then Sims walled up. Yeah, Moses Wright in the paint. There's the lob for Wright underneath. Nicely done by the Yellow Jackets.
It's a really good play.
Yeah, maybe not as well as he had shot it from deep last year. Wright over the top of Bear. Look out below. And then Georgia Tech.
And here Clemson showing a zone. No, it's man-to-man.
And Wright scores over Bear. Drew the foul as well.
Of them can be fairly aggressive on the offensive end. You don't want to pick up your fifth foul with a charge.
Here's Wright, and he gets the roll over Sims.
In Charlottesville, when they lost by 7 at the hands of the Cavaliers, they had their game against Louisville postponed into midweek. And Jeff Capel was telling us last night that if they had played early in the week, Justin Champ's left hand, something he had surgery on going into last year as a freshman, it came in aggravated coming off the Virginia game. And so with some rest this week, he's able to play as Wright scores for 10 out right here on ACCN and the ESPN app. Odukali, though, just a 44% free throw shooter, misses both, and Moses Wright with the transition slam.
You really don't think it's going in, and it really hasn't at a high percentage. Only 26% from 3 in conference, but he believes he should be shooting it, and he can get it going.
Well, so does Moses. Opponent's skin. Xavier Johnson was actually talking about it this week. Craig Meyer had a great article in the Post-Gazette in Pittsburgh. And Johnson saying, I know I'm going to have to maintain my composure out there against Alvarado stuff for. It doesn't seem in chatting with Jeff Capel that he's going to find some points in a similar way that Champagny does as they throw up the lob for Moses Wright, getting it from Alvarado and Tech with about a 12-second difference between game and shot clocks here as we wind down the first half. Alvarado went up top for Wright on the reload with the left hand.
Johnson just trying to do too much, trying to get too deep. When the pass is there, it's an easy basketball play.
Wright got the lob from Alvarado over the top, and the lead is now doubled.
So when there's space and you have space in transition, he can be really effective. A really good pass there.
Moses Wright on a rack attack. He's getting ready to come back into the ball game as well with Georgia Tech ahead by 4. Moses Wright driving, tipped around, Tony secures it. Hit last year, and Ithiel said he felt like he was trapped, not being able to play all year. A lot of guys can relate to that, the old way of the transfer. But boy, he's playing well for the Panthers tonight as Wright feels like a crucial spot in this game with the lead at 7. Can Georgia Tech stretch it? Can Pitt trim the margin? Nice. Right at the rim. He's got 22 today.
And really good.
So many things well. As does Moses Wright, also not a very highly recruited young man. Tennis player in high school, drains that jumper.
I'll tell you what, he is not him going. Again, Johnson and Jones struggled against Clemson, and part of his teams in the league have started to figure out you take those two guys out of it and force other guys to make shots, and that's a bit of a... Jordan Usher attacking the basket, and a nice job, and that's what Moses Wright, that's what he cut in a good shot. That's the soft spot.
Wright battling for that offensive rebound. Clangs out, gets it again off the back iron. Right off the mark. Georgia Tech has gone cold offensively. Scheme. skip pass over to Usher. Now they find Wright down low. Good position and throws it down. In the lane to Wright, couldn't handle the pass. Gets it back though. Battling for it down low. The little hook just bounces in and out.
But I love Sam's response. Says a lot about who he is. He's been more assertive coming off the bench. He's been really good in their last 2 games.
I don't know if that's the shot that Moses Wright's had a big first half. He's just off the back iron, but again, like he has done all game long, he's battling for that rebound.
For Sam Williamson.
The lead is 10 now for the Cardinals. DeVoe gets it into Wright. Short on that jumper. The first, outscoring Georgia Tech 14-2, out rebounding the Jackets 13-1. Wright for 3, trying to change all that. Drains it. Showing his repertoire. Wright for 3. He hit one moments ago, this time off the back iron. Battle for the rebound nicely by Gibabiria. Wright just working his way to the tin, but can't finish. Wright driving. Now he gets one to go.
You know, one of the
strong, battling for the board. He gets it. Cut off on the baseline. Now back out to Wright. Wright spinning. He just can't get the roll to go. Nothing's going Georgia Tech's way in terms of...
Very weird. 2 o'clock on a Monday.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Cardinals at home adjusted to it better than the Jackets did on the road, and Tech coming off a very...
Third guy. You made that point earlier. You know, at some point, if they're able to get Malik Williams back, which I think they may, you know, be curious to see what he looks like. Malik Williams hasn't played. You go back.
Many season-ending injuries for Miami. Cameron McGusty will be the point to start. Strong move to the bucket, and Moses Wright has his first.
Nice finish by Moses Wright. Oh, exactly.
I just want to be a better putter than Steph Curry, who has a great affection for golf, and from what we understand is an outstanding golfer. Still are, but he's a better defender around the basket against traditional fives. So a lot of times in this league with so many stretch fives, he struggles to defend on the perimeter. But he's done a very nice job on Wright today, and right on cue, he blocks the shot, and then sometimes not trusting coaches on things like pronunciation of names. Sometimes the facts, the stats aren't exactly accurate. That's Moses Wright scoring there.
Remember, 1 field goal made. Jose Alvarado now out of the game. We'll see if he becomes more aggressive on the offensive end.
Yeah, other signs of fatigue too for Wong. 2 out of 5 from the free throw line for a guy who's 80. Not only an ACC player, he's one of the best.
I wonder if those coaches who called him still have jobs.
Wright denied inside. Opened up a 7-point lead. Largest of the game for the Canes. Wright, the player of the year. Usher thought about the quick one. He attacks the bucket again. Didn't get the roll, and his tap wouldn't go either. But Usher still had a terrific. Wright against Brooks. That's been a great battle all day, and Wright went for the offensive rebound and nearly committed.
Jose Alvarado is an absolute marvel. That steal he just made, if you show him the ball, if he gets a glimpse of it, beautiful pass. My goodness.
Usher inside to the ACC Player of the Year, Moses. All 5 positions. He can probably play all 5 offensively as well. He's one of the best passers they have. Wright spins, hesitates. And a held ball will be the call. The possession arrow will keep it at the cue. DeVoe looking for Wright. What a story he is. Winning ACC Player of the Year this year. A little bit strong on the jump hook. And then he's called for a foul. Trying to go after for Florida State at all 5 positions right now. Georgia Tech in transition. And Wright on the follow.
What a rebound. That's at least 7 turnovers now for...
Usher got the switch. Wright had to adjust it. And here come the Seminoles. It's Walker.
That was a great play by Wyatt. Hurt them. It's really impressive defensively.
And it worked well enough for them to have a 16-8 record this year.
Oh, what a block. My goodness. That is a big-time block from behind by Bolshakov.
Looks like here to start the second half. Florida State's had a great year, 16-5, 11-4 in the league, the 2 seed. And there's a block by Koprivica, but look at Wright staying with it and drawing the foul. Who played 3 years at Ryerson University in Toronto, has decided he would like, remember this is a free year for everybody, he's coming back next year. Both he and Nathaniel Jack have said they want to come back for a 5th year. Moses Wright making a point. Guarded by Walker with the shot clock at 7. Wright trying to get a shot off over Koprivica. He does, but he can't hit it. And another Georgia
job. Bill Self.
Wright. And he didn't have Koprivica on him, took advantage of the matchup and gives Tech the...
I know that's not the way Florida State's going to look at it, but I don't think it's a coincidence that they had 21 last time. They got 24 now.
What a strong drive and finish by the player of the year in the ACC, Moses Wright.
Yeah, it's only his 10th game of the year after transferring in from Houston Baptist. Khalid Moore gave it up. There's Moses Wright missing his first shot, and it belongs to Wake.
About that earlier today, and he's normally garnering the attention of the opponent's best offensive player.
Wright missed a tough reverse, and then Musia's defensive glass, and Wake Forest is up by 3.
Well, and you mentioned playing more minutes of late. So if you're Coach Forbes right now, of course you want to win games. However, which has definitely aided the offensive attack for the Deacons.
We saw the double on Moses Wright. It went away, and he scored in the one-on-one after that.
But if you see play, it's one thing to be able to do it at different levels. But when you're coming to the ACC for David Williams, for Ian DeBose, a number of Jalen Johnson, a number of guys who transferred in, it's a different style of play that you have to get. Vince on the wing, Booz on the other block, but you put Cornette at the point, that is not his strength. Allow him to be in the back line blocking shots. Point guard, let Kelsey Riggs go to that.
A friendly fire. That's one word for what we call video replay. I think fans out there might have a few others.
Oh, did you mean the truth machine?
Score. That's what it is.
You don't think
the looks deceive me, and we tapped out a little ways into junior year.
Wait a minute.
Khalid Moore gave it up, and Moses Wright missed it. Masood tracks it down. Here comes Wake.
If you're Wake Forest, you get him off the floor, you're definitely in much better shape.
Well, here he is with it with the 3 fouls. He was able to find Moses Wright, who dumped it in, and Moses Wright's up to 10 after a slow start.
You know, his loyalty to Wake Forest and these guys that he's recruited and coached, he wanted to make sure he was there with them on their senior.
Well, he saw them cut it to single digits earlier to 10
point total, and we saw a lot of that from him against Duke on Tuesday night, dunking around the rim and finishing it off for a big game as he goes once again through contact, an opportunity for a three-point play. Separating himself now by 15 steals from Jordan Goldwire, who's second in the ACC, who would now need 15 tomorrow against North Carolina.
Big Mark Williams was on the business end of that dunk. Here's who Josh Pastner sends out to start. Jose Alvarado, the senior leader, and right on cue, we get a dunk from Moses Wright. So to that time at West Point, he was a cadet as a student and also an assistant coach for Bob Knight there. Many times we talked to Coach, he talks about the lessons learned. He was singing the praises of Moses Wright.
But at this point, his teammates are getting comfortable with him to the point where they can trust him to get that ball. They threw it before he even got into position.
He bothers Moses Wright's shot, but Moses sticks with it as a veteran does, and he puts another bucket.
Normal year for the ACC. Usually have 3 teams in the top 10. Clearly some struggles, especially the teams that are young in this COVID year where you haven't had the team. It's time to establish the dynamics of a normal
night. Haven't heard much from Alvarado so far. Jose had a really good performance last time against Duke, scored 26. Moses Wright has been really hot of late. Missed it, shot clock. Shot clock getting deep. Moses Wright. Can't get it to go. Kick no good. Moses working on the rebound over his last 4. Now I believe, has 10 on the night. Here's Wright. Moses misses at point-blank range. Duke doing a good job. Jackets will try to get their last shot. Duke among the first 4 out. Georgia Tech the last 4 in. And pretty tight first half here in Atlanta. Wright for 3. Big. And at the horn, and that'll give the Jackets a lift. This game, John, in Duke's ACC losses, they've been outscored by 40 from the free throw line. They were a little bit better against Louisville this weekend. Moses Wright.
Important in college basketball. People don't realize how important it is to have coaches on the floor.
Lowe creates a little room, and Wright cleans it up with the offensive putback. And for Tepe, it makes you wonder if Williams just needed a moment before he checked back in. But he's in there now, guarding Moses Wright. Wright going up over the big man and couldn't get it over the top of it. So Tech gets the ball in the jump ball. Alvarado tries it again. Wright's fighting for it inside, and he dunks it home. Thinks he's a legit pro.
And part of that edge is earning it, too.
There he is again. And another dunk for Moses, who's trying to lead him to the promise. Duke has turned it over 4 of their last 6 possessions, and now Georgia Tech trying to build its biggest lead of the night. Offensive rebound for Moses Wright. He's got 21. So probably fortunate not to turn it over. Alvarado to Wright. Moses missed. Parham with the tip. Couldn't get it to go. And blew it. He's got 20 so far, and I think he's going to need a lot more than his career high if Duke's going to get out of here with a victory. Running ahead of the field is DeVoe. Lost his balance, so he just found Moses for the dunk, and the Jackets are up by 8.
7-9 shooting. We can't let that happen in the second half, so it's been much tougher for him. And at times he's pressed a little bit too much. He's been aggressive.
Moses Wright missed and got his own. Made all 8 of his shots. It's the most made field goals without a miss since Jalen Johnson, the former Blue Devil, hit all 8 in the game against Coppin State. Moses Wright ties it up. To pull the trigger, but couldn't get the shot off.
He always wants to pull the trigger.
Yes, he does. There's Moses Wright.
There could be a trap coming, so you got to make a good, quick decision.
Here's Moses Wright, who had 33 in a game against Syracuse last year. The Orange wanted a walk. It's a basket for
the Orangemen.
Look at the starting 5 for Georgia Tech. DeVoe is their leading scorer in conference play, and Moses Wright doing work down low. Usher trapped in the corner. Wright in trouble. Usher drops it off to Moses Wright. The rebound picked up by Joe Guerrier from the outside, short. There comes Wright. The follow by Khalid Moore is not there. Advantage, and Wright there for the rebound.
Yeah, those are shots Buddy's been making. He gets to a spot, elevates up, and finishes.
Moses Wright having his way early. He's got 6. Bubba Parham, 3 and white into the game for Georgia Tech. Wright finding a seam, fighting through 3 defenders, and can't get it.
Yeah, that was a tough. Yeah, Brownswell's a very talented young player. He's got to do a little bit more mixing up his shot and not just settle for threes all the time.
8 points for Moses Wright, again, getting deep in. Here's Wright. He's been dangerous in the high post. Back iron. The follow is there.
Missed the first one. Stayed after it. That second.
11-0 run after Georgia Tech took its biggest lead.
Oh, great ball movement.
Moses Wright. Whoop. Now the defensive intensity certainly picked up here.
Oh, it sure did. They're communicating, they're active, they're rotating, they're getting to their spots. They've got to do a better.
Veteran like Sidibe.
You're absolutely right in that regard. Sidibe is a great defender, blocks shots, and rebounds at a very high clip. Great block by Edwards in the middle of the zone.
Yeah, apparently he. Alvarado only 4 points in this first half. Moses Wright has been the offensive star. He's got a dozen, looking for 14, wanted a foul. It's from Jesse Edwards.
Edwards' minutes were remarkable to come in and give him great rebounding and rim presence.
Well, Georgia Tech
now has to play more of a playmaking type role, and that's why Richmond is in the game, to take some of those opportunities away from Gerard so Gerard can spot up and make shots.
Rebound for Wright.
Georgia Tech's going to need more scoring from DeVoe and Alvarado in order to win this ball game.
How about Moses Wright? 14 points, 10 rebounds.
That definitely needed to see.
DeVoe's got 11 now. It's a 1-point game. Guerrier. Griffin pull-up three. Now this was textbook dissection of a 2-3 zone.
Yes. Flat.
What's in your wallet?
Jose Alvarado is the heartbeat of this Georgia Tech team, really the heartbeat of their basketball program right now. Ushers played a complete game this afternoon, 15, 5 and 5.
Yeah, Usher's that young man on your team. He's
still with an awful lot to play for, but running out of time. Down by 8, 7:20 to go. And when you look at what this team has done on the road in conference play, their previous 5 games,
senior leadership right there. Catches the basketball, gets out of trouble, as you mentioned, gets his team set in their offensive flow.
It's last 6 from the field.
Got to continue to get the ball. Got to continue to get that ball in that high post area or that short corner. Be ready for a trap and make a good decision. Does have a wonderful luxury in bringing in the young man that he just brought in, Bubba Parham. He's a young man that is talented, he's quick, he's fast, he's aggressive, not quite the playmaker as Alvarado, and try to create some type of turnover. And Georgia Tech is going to have to flash to the basketball and then attack pressure.
DeVoe has it taken away. Able to recover.
And that win at Miami on Saturday, they're first on the road in the ACC this season. They go low to Wright over top of the double team, illumina the board.
A little surprised that
Alvarado nowhere to go. Moses Wright wants a 3, and he rips the rope.
Here's what to do when you've got a soft little shot. Watch this hit in the back of the rim and just kind of die and fall right in.
You're on the road in the ACC, you'll take it.
Looks like one of my putts.
Jose Alvarado finding his man, Sturdivant in the corner, pull the 3. And then Alvarado, the confidence of the poise of a senior player.
The shot clock is down around 4 right now, and Wright, not in any hurry, recognizes it, doesn't rush your shot, knocks it down.
So Gasson has 2 personal fouls. He'll head to the Hokie, joined by Beatty, Couture, and Aluma. Inside of 2 minutes to go in our first half. Michael DeVoe has not scored in this 10th time this season for double-digit scoring. Naheem Aline. They go low to Moses Wright. And he'll bend that rim for Georgia Tech. Had at least 4 or 5 dunks against Miami, and he's got a few tonight on a 7-0 Georgia Tech run to extend the lead to 8, its largest of the night. Aline against DeVoe, who defended him with 16 points for Wright and a 9-0 Georgia Tech run.
So you
with T-Mobile for Business, your business
8+ minutes. They have not been a factor on the offensive glass so far.
So Mutz has 6 points, 3 of 3. Third 3 of the night for Jose Alvarado. He's up to 168 made threes in his Georgia team, and the Jackets want to run it. Moore tries to step around Wong. Now Wong was shaken up on the play. As Moses Wright took it in, but Wong was
got ability to make shots. Good start for him.
Yeah, had his third double-double of the season in that game at Notre Dame, despite losing on the road. Right off the mark. Anthony Walker was shooting from the line. So DeVoe is 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. Alvarado will drive it, dish it, and a double-fisted jam from Moses Wright.
And
Georgia Tech with the basketball. This is Moses Wright. Wright, nice. Double pump jam. Moses Wright. Georgia Tech career. But two of them have been sensational jams. Look at Alvarado put on a dribbling clinic and find Wright for his third dunk of the half.
And how about Jose Alvarado?
He's hit double figures in his last 4 games. Alvarado keeps it alive, lofts it up there from Moses Wright. Alley-oop jam. DeVoe misses the 3. Usher tried to follow. Wright was able to complete the play.
And Usher kept that alive by being...
Olani, remember in the first half, he was fouled on a 3-point shot, missed all of them. So now just 2 of 6 from the line and 6 points for Olani, and that's Moses Wright doing a chin-up.
Lee Moore doing a good job going to the topper level of the ACC, especially when you come to seeding, and then when you look at NCAA seeding.
Wright missed the shot. DeVoe able to grab it.
Clemson opens in the man-to-man. This is the matchup that you want to look for. Moses Wright against Amir Sims.
Advantage Wright to start out. Dan, I know you were looking to key in on this matchup. That was Moses Wright spinning against Amir Sims, and now it's DeVoe on the drive-in, right on the follow.
One of the things that Clemson are shooting better than 30% from beyond the three-point arc, and Sims isn't one of them.
And then Sims walled up. Yeah, Moses Wright in the paint. There's the lob for Wright underneath. Nicely done by the Yellow Jackets.
It's a really good play.
Yeah, maybe not as well as he had shot it from deep last year. Wright over the top of Bear. Look out below.
And here Clemson showing a zone. No, it's man-to-man.
And Wright scores over Bear. Drew the foul as well.
Be fairly aggressive on the offensive end. You don't want to pick up your 5th foul with a charge.
Here's Wright, and he gets the roll over Sims.
Too much respect for Tony Bennett and this group to give them the same look time and time down the floor.
Clark drops it off. Murphy lays it in.
T.A. Clark back in the lineup. Reese Beekman taking a break. And this one's Motor Tenzai gets the nod. Only Casey more so, and Tony Bennett normally playing one or the other. Significant conference games. He is batting 1,000 in ACC play. Has not missed a free throw. And when these two teams played earlier, wait a minute.
Usher up the ladder.
Making some noise. We tell you that right now.
So pleased to be in the building with Corey Alexander and our outstanding ACC basketball production crew. McCamish Pavilion, Atlanta, Georgia.
But while we got a break, I got to say happy birthday to my baby sis, Amy Williford Brew.
Wow.
Also the real little sister of Jason Williford, associate head coach for the University of Virginia. She and her husband for Virginia having its offensive woes.
31% from the floor for Georgia Tech. That is Clark leaning into a 3 for Virginia.
And T.A. Clark shot that with confidence.
So Murphy is the leading scorer for Virginia. He's got 13. They go inside. It's Beekman beating DeVoe.
And right now it's
a miss from Clark. His number sake comes down with it, DeVoe.
But Tom, for those at home watching, the difference between that shot from Kihei Clark in comparison to the 3 that he knocked down earlier.
Moses Wright, the senior. Kihei Clark wants to try it again, and this time it's money for Clark.
And again, shot it confidently. Kihei has 2 different shots. As he's thinking about one opposite side corner,
Difficult to get someone to rotate over there, especially when you have to honor the shooters on the strong side. The guy on the weak side has to be prepared to knock down the shot as Trey Murphy was on the last possession. A turnover for Virginia.
Don't forget more ACC basketball, noon Saturday. Wake and number 17 Florida State coming off
this zone particularly well.
Moses Wright in attack mode right now, takes it right to the rim, can't get the finish. Offensive rebound at
Tech, that's one thing you can't do. You can't turn it over and let Notre Dame get out and get running at you.
That rims out for Moses Wright. Georgia Tech can't get any big in that win against Florida State last Saturday. It feels like a long time ago for Georgia Tech fans, but that game, the win, elevated them into the NCAA tournament bubble. Colorado swarmed, has to kick it out. Kyle Sturdivant with his first touch. Off to Moses Wright.
That is great defense by Notre Dame. DeVoe, but don't need a post up. That was a long three.
A rainbow three. And Moses Wright answers on the other end with a slam. But how about that arc on the three for Lee wins? And Moses Wright, everything but the finish. It's been a front.
No wonder they're shooting a high percentage.
65% from the floor. Moses Wright, a high percentage look right there.
And as we said, Notre Dame's had a lot of those.
And Moses Wright on the other end. That one finally rolls down. Moses Wright.
You don't, you just try to tighten it up on the defensive end. Make sure you get good shots on the offensive end.
That's the first miss, although it bounces right to Moses Wright in perfect position.
To stop. Good defense.
Here's Moses Wright. Double teamed, and he had to alter his shot, and he missed it. That one's off the mark from Hub. Contested three. Back-to-back stops for Georgia Tech. And Moses Wright, the follow flush. The senior in perfect position.
Georgia Tech is really trying to pressure on defense, and sometimes when you do that, you can give up easy ones. That particular combination tonight.
8 of Prentice Hub's 9 assists have been layups or dunks to either Jawan Durham or Nate Laszewski, as Moses Wright fights inside on the other end.
Here's Moses Wright, who's been quiet tonight, hasn't even
3. And Alvarado without an assist as well. And now it's Dawes on him. DeVoe sinks that one, and much needed for Georgia Tech. Moses Wright has 7 to lead Georgia Tech. And Moore hits a 3, and we're level at 18. Parham got some space, and he drills it. First points for Bubba Parham today, coming off.
Wright now driving, shut off by Withers. Back up top to Usher. He'll shoot from 3 and hits it.
He is in this game, and one of the reasons Chris Mack starts him here in the second half.
Good backdoor cut by DeVoe. DeVoe for 3. Buries that one.
Here's Allison Williams.
Well, Sean, I don't think you can overstate what Jose Alvarado means to this team just from an emotional standpoint. I mean, Moses told me that he's the heart and soul. He goes, we would not be anywhere near the...
And they were not able to execute it with the score. Alvarado, he took a hit, and he'll shoot 3. And Isaiah Wong committed the foul.
That was a big-time block. Yeah, he's definitely hurt. He's still holding it. Good one.
Right inside. Nice two-man game with DeVoe.
The give and go still works.
2012, Michael Snare was the MVP. Georgia Tech, you got to go back a ways. They've been in the league longer. They've won 3. 1985, 1990, and 1993 game.
Thriller today, Syracuse and Louisville. They're going to meet in one of the semifinals, and Syracuse got by Florida State on a buzzer beater. There's a Georgia Tech 3 to pull even, but
quickly into Jose Alvarado. Tough shot in the mid-range, back iron. DeVoe on the reload for Tech.
And it turns out to be a great possession. But, you know, Parham coming off the bench and started many games this year, but gives them a great veteran and also another scorer that can make big plays.
That's just textbook. Moses Wright sends the double, pass out.
Yellow Jackets. Sturdivant, another 3.
Quick shots. Sometimes they won't pass the ball at all, and they'll take a shot. So if you don't pass the ball, you have a good chance you're not going to turn it over. Other teams, they just don't shoot, so they don't turn the basketball over.
Really good.
Your offense around them to get them something and help them find rhythm. They have to figure it out. And at this point in the season, I think this is where you expect them to be able to make their own.
3 on the way, and DeVoe
by Wendell Moore. Just being patient with the basketball. Goes baseline, pulls it out, attacks the paint. Out for a kick out 3, and that's the in-rhythm high percentage to me.
The house of Usher is Jordan.
Offensive end hasn't been there for Georgia Tech, and at times you see guys just taking it on their own.
Double team of Wright forces him to give it up. Now Usher with another strong move. And now Moses Wright goes down.
Jim Boeheim wants a timeout.
That was just a great rebound and terrific run out by Wright to get an easy Syracuse. Wonderful job defensively, staying active, trapping, pressing, speeding up, getting a deflection, 10-second count. I mean, back.
Sturdivant, shot clock at 8. Left-handed move, Aluma the rebound. That's 8 boards now for Aluma, Mike, in the first half.
Yeah, after that made 3, they wanted to chase Sturdivant.
Businesses are always making choices. Here's a choice you don't have to make. The largest 5G network, award-winning customer.
The Harry's razor is not the same. Because some of us are not the same.
Georgia Tech 5 of 11 from three-point distance. 4 of those from DeVoe. Alvarado trying to add to the total, and he will. Alvarado hits.
He's going on that I have the typical John Calipari season, and then beating Clemson at home.
Made 16 threes in beating Clemson. Is that another jam for Georgia Tech? Memorial Coliseum will be our destination for Game 2. And then the Florida State Pitt game will wrap up the afternoon. Sturdivant getting into the act with a 3. He's just over 11 points per game, has 13 on 5 of 8 shooting. But the lead is 27, and that's Alvarado wide open underneath.
And Alvarado without an assist as well, and now it's Dawes on him. DeVoe sinks that one, and much needed for Georgia Tech. And
team Jose Alvarado needs wins like this tonight, and a win over Duke on this court to solidify himself as one of those guys, the only 2 teams that he's never beaten as a member of the ACC.
Moore engulfed. Shot clock at 10. Alvarado from the outside. He's got 7 of Georgia Tech's not.
So you know he's a hot hand for Georgia Tech. You know he can get hot in terms of putting up points. Alvarado, Usher, DeVoe. This is a balanced attack.
Your D, and then see if we can try to turn them over. Remember, Jay, in that game against Clemson, they had 30 points off of 20 Clemson turnovers.
Bubba Parham continues the hot.
Falling behind early against this Virginia team. He was very adamant about that. He said, look, they are probably the most difficult team to come back on once you fall behind. And that looks like that timeout worked out pretty.
That Curran Walton is a 3-point shooter, hitting his last 3. 9 points, all in the second half for Walton. Now DeVoe wants to get into the act, and he will.
And you see against that zone, that matchup, or even the man. But again, it first starts with identifying what the defense is.
And Jose Alvarado, who's averaging, bring it into the front court for the Jackets. Usher almost stepped into a 3 and instead drove it in. Now the kick out. Moore lines one up and he rolls one in. And Georgia 2 of his 3 shots. Saw Wendell Moore a moment ago after that charge go to the bench with 2 fouls. He'll likely stay there for the rest of the half. Good cut by Alvarado. Williams blocked it at the rim. And he was talked about his team maintaining the good attitude as Wendell Moore steps in there, and Usher just lowered the shoulder, and he was outside the restricted area, and the offensive foul call.
Oh, that's anticipated early. When you call it out, you get yourself in position to defend. Duke's just always a step behind.
Stewart into the paint. He has his shot.
There's a lot to do. We're focusing on online orders and deliveries, so I need reliable internet, but it's so expensive.
Doesn't have to be. Spectrum Business offers pricing made for small business budgets with no hidden.
Jose Alvarado, their leading scorer. They're going to have to make up the difference now, and here comes DeVoe. Usher is open again. Same result. Knocked away by Trapp, who recovered defensively. Nice block by Trapp. Oh, and how about the up and under in the move? He was able to freeze George Usher. For those on the playground, we call that a little 10-point lead. Shot clock is at 7 for Parham. Down the lane. Good ball move. And our outstanding ACC College Hoops production crew with you. Sims stumbled, got it back to Tyson. Launching a 3. Trapp is over the top to get it and score it. Clyde Trapp is one of those guys.
They can.
This is Moses Wright. Bubba Parham a 3, and he hits it as the shot clock expires to open the scoring.
Can make them.
He's got 5 of the Demon Deacons 7 early as they're looking to open ACC play with a win. Michael DeVoe answers right. Right now, the team performance pretty good. Largest lead of the night, and they're looking for more. 3-on-1. Wright passes it off. Easy layup for Bubba Parham. Swatted away again. Now to Alvarado. To the hoop, and it drops. Count it, plus the foul. Shoot. Demon Deeks have to hurry. Great pass from Williamson and an easy finish for Ismail Massoud.
That's great patience by Wake Forest.
For Georgia Tech with Alvarado on the bench, you just want to see who's going to bring that edge. Alvarado has such a great edge to him, right? Brings a swagger to this team, and with space can make a lot happen.
DeVoe with a three.
And just kind of instigating, pulling the emotion out of Georgia Tech. But Teddy Allen's starting to play well scoring. They're starting to get better shots around the rim just to break down defensively there.
Bubba Park
sort of contact the foul he's called, but still, I don't care. If there is a foul, I'm still shooting that shot.
Nice pass by Wright, and Sturdivant slips around a Nebraska defender. McGowan, who is trying to... Alvarado all alone. Defensive breakdown leads to a wide open three.
Askew left his feet, turnover. Right. Wide open three. Georgia Tech now up by 9.
Wednesday, and now the shot clock is down to 10. Wright drops it low, and that one will fall. Pass from Wright to Howard for the connection.
Talked about him at the beginning of the game. Is about him being able to get into the lane. This is a guy that draws a lot of fouls and will put a lot of pressure. You see Michael DeVoe knock down another 3.
DeVoe with daylight, but a miss. Look at the hustle from Wright. Alvarado gliding in off the glass and in. Jose Alvarado and a 2-point overtime lead.
For a guy in the post, that's where you could struggle. The advantage is offensively, the ability to take bigger guys away from the basket.
Great pass from Wright, and Parham connects.
State of Georgia in basketball, it's one of the best in terms of Division I prospects.
Wright the steal, Alvarado, and he's got 20, his third 20-point game.
Wright didn't play basketball early in his career. Tennis, swimming. Seems like he was fresh when it came to the basketball game, and he didn't have any bad habits.
Great feed to Alvarado, who's got a chance the year, and these two are two contrasting teams. Clemson had that success, Georgia Tech did not.
Moses Wright turns it over.
Alvarado in trouble. Good ball pressure from Johnson, and Coulibaly was there on a double. And Moses Wright turns it over.
You know, you got to say, their offense looks better without Xavier Johnson on the floor. I mean, it's just the reality.
Oh, good hands by Adis Tony on the run out. Tony went up and got fouled by... They recognize the defense, and then good hands from Coulibaly to pry it away from Moses Wright.
Really good hands.
It's a game. In their losses, he's at 9. Really feast or famine, but when he plays well, they typically play well.
Nice block by Georgia Tech, but then Withers comes back with quick hands.
It's superstitious. Superstitious about headbands and face masks.
Wright tried to dump it down low, and it was intercepted by Brooks. Miami by 3. More than 3.5 plays. A very rough start this year. They had a COVID situation around Labor Day, and their protocols. Wow, bad turnover by Wright, and then he fouls McGusty, and I believe that's going to be the 4th on Moses Wright. It is. Watching Russ Smith star for Louisville in the Big East tournament, while Miami was winning the ACC tournament under Coach Larinaga. That's an offensive foul on Moses Wright.
Shooting this year, and Polite's one of their best at 44%.
Georgia Tech is attacking.
Here, and Louisville loses to Virginia tomorrow.
Jalen Johnson just knocked down a 3. He's got 5 early on off the bench on his senior night. One of the Georgia Tech on a 5-game winning streak. Wake Forest on a 6-game losing streak, coming off the Pitt loss. And Carter Witt just stripped Moses Wright. Davian Williamson on the run out is fouled by Park.
To the truth machine tomorrow to see how his team plays.
The film sessions, they do not lie, as Moses Wright threw it away. Pastner won't like that. Williamson.
As Wake Forest, if they start to heat up from beyond the arc, I'm sure Josh Pastner will get away from that zone and go back to traditional man-to-man.
And then DuBois got a turnover. This is Quadri Adams attacking out.
Off, sort of a wild attempt. Moses Wright bails him out. Hurt digging for the ball and forces a turnover from Moses. Here's Moore. Georgia Tech, shot clock getting deep. Moses Wright. Can't get it to go. Kick no good. Moses working on the rebound, but He goes to the ground, and Teddy Valentine calls him for the walk.
The ball slip a little bit more, put the Duke defense in a bad situation for switching.
Moses Wright, good hands by Williams again. Here comes Stewart on the push fence. Alvarado from the corner. Moore going for it. Look whose hands it winds up in is Moore, and a terrific job by Jamin Brakefield.
You need to see one of your shots go in the basket to give yourself a little bit more confidence to start making and taking shots.
Active hands. There's Boeheim with the steal.
He understands the game. He's gotten stronger. His skill set has gotten better. And now he can step out there on the court and impact the game in so many different ways. And he does that night in and night out for this Georgia Tech team.
Almost 18 points per game for Aluma, the transfer from Wofford. Moses Wright stumbled, lost his footing, and he travels.
Here, and these two are two contrasting teams. Clemson had that success. Georgia Tech did not.
Moses Wright turns it over.
Huff trying to back it down. In rhythm, and he's got two.
And a great adjustment once again. Jay Huff was 0 for 1, ends up with a nice assist on that possession.
That's fourth of the game to match 4 points for the leading scorer on the season for Virginia.
Moses Wright in attack mode right now, takes it right to the rim, can't get the finish. Offensive rebound, and it's a jump ball.
That is a great play by Jogo to tie up.
Right in his struggles against the size, Scotty Barnes is every bit as big as Moses Wright. So the point guard is as big as the center.
What they need to do is get some easy ones, get some quick ones, so they can go back and set their defense.
Yeah, this is what Tech does so well. They average 9 steals a game in conference, but they give it away.
Moses Wright called for a travel. You know, we were talking with Tony Bennett, and he said one thing that really sticks.
Shot clock goes inside of 10. Wright trying to drive it, rolls out of bounds. And it's Tar Heel basketball.
Facing a bit of a trade, either get to the basket and force them to have to recover.
So that's now 8 of 20 3-pointers for Georgia Tech, but they turn it over. North Carolina is 7 of 16.
He was able to corral it, about a 12-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And another turnover. Goldwire with the steal and a block on the up.
Missed his first 10 before that make. 3 seconds left in the first half. Wright push off offensive foul with 1.2 to go in the half. Moses Wright fading away. Great finish for Moses Wright.
And that's what Moses Wright can do. He can take the ball and he can drive it all the way to the basket, or he can drive it into the lane, as we have in the SEC this year.
Michael DeVoe frees himself up for a shot. He's been cold. Wright doing work. Down low, turnover, and here comes Mintz.
Michael DeVoe also had his first career double-double on Wednesday, but they give this one up. Bears attack.
I think for Georgia Tech, ball's got to go from one side to the other. It seems like it spends too much time on one side and right into Mercer's hands. You see yet another turnover, something that's plagued Georgia Tech, especially over.
Haven't met since 2011. Georgia Tech leads the series 28-17. That's on the floor. It'll be a held ball and be awarded.
Parham. Nice dish inside. Kick out to Alvarado. And he is perfect with another three. I think they're going to wave this one off.
You know, getting back in shape, because there have been some times where, you know, with the stoppage, not being able to maintain conditioning.
That's trailing 24-15.
Play. And again, he buries it. The non-shooters coming out here today in Atlanta.
Whoa, Moses Wright is on the bench. He has 6 turnovers in the first half. Pitt only has 7 made field goals as a team. Jeffress underneath. Tony went up to get it over DeVoe, missed the shot. And Tony skies for the rebound. Tony straight back. Well, there's been a discrepancy in first half versus second half for these teams this year. Better angle on the post entry to find Champagny and among the trees, and he spun it off the window. Tony on the baseline drive.
They were 11-9 in the league last year. First time they've had back-to-back double-digit win seasons in ACC play in more than 40 years in the conference. Not a guy who's 80% plus, so he might have shaky legs, which would be understandable as much as he's played.
But I think that's the right. Make them take tough twos so they can't play drive and kick on you.
Look at the size on the floor for Florida State.
Well, their team's in the mid-80s. With all respect to Lethal Weapon 3, I don't think there are any teams better than that. Ooh, what a drive. Nobody picked them up.
The Jackets.
Yeah, it looked like they were socially distancing, but they were also littering.
That's Scotty Barnes getting up.
He needs to have a monitoring device on to know where he is all the time.
Ooh, a foul. Momentum has definitely shifted in favor of Tech in recent minutes. Gray. And a block is the call. Up and gives Tech the lead.
Really good job by DeVoe to play off of 2 feet. Came to a 2-footed jump stop. Wow, how about that finish? An above the rim finish. Just beautiful.
Polite with the answer. Barnes, tough shot. Popravica blocked. Polite lays it in. Time. Boy, and precious seconds are ticking away. Won't go down, but Barnes will be at the line. Kevin Thank.
And 14. Just ridiculous numbers down the stretch.
If you're Tech now, you just don't want to foul.
Has the ability to make plays. And of course, right on cue, whenever you talk great about someone, they turn it over. And Jordan Usher's turnover leads into an easy ring that Moses Wright had to work very difficult and work very hard for a 2.
DeVoe's on the drive. Coming up on the final minute here of the first half from the Joel, with Georgia Tech still with a chance to get a double bye in the ACC out in transition. Shot clock's winding down here on Ish Massoud on a baseline drive. Got underneath the hoop.
They know how to use your feet with balance. But tennis is the same thing. You're on your toes all the time. It's lateral quickness, it's reaction. And Moses Wright has it, as he shows it off right there. Doing it too with the button chops, sideburns. I mean, the whole thing just works. But there's all sorts of sincerity in that. And I think that's what was fun about it.
A little bit uncharacteristic first half for Josh Pastner's squad in terms of taking care of the basketball. Wendell Moore Jr. and just as we've seen Moses Wright on the last few trips for the Jackets. So biggest lead of the night for Tech, biggest deficit of the night for the Blue Devils. Wendell Moore now has 20. And now as we surge down late in the second half, Josh Pastner's team trying to take control. Here's Wendell Moore high off the glass.
You can see his eyes. He's looking him off. He's looking as if he's going to pass and then finishes at the rim. You help, that's going to be a dunk for Moses Wright.
Strong tie with a 3. Alvarado right up on Stewart as he catches it. All the way to the bucket and
force the toughest shot possible, particularly when you got a guy who's got 4 fouls. Play straight up and try to get an offensive foul.
Goal wire
of how to get his teammates involved, and his presence is really big for the Syracuse team.
Nifty move by Edwards. He's had a 20-point first half. Did it against Pitt as well. Georgia Tech got off to a great start. 17-5 run to open the game. Scoreless today. He only played 6 minutes in the first half.
Dolezaj is someone that's versatile. He's a glue. For his catches in the second half and contesting shots.
The press works for Syracuse that time.
10th made 3 of the season for Moses Wright, now playing at the defensive end, and it's double on Aluma. Got away from it, up strong over Moses Wright. His points from VMI as well, over 1,000.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, this group, and you talk about a team that has upper class. The same story for both teams. I mean, half court, they've really had issues. Out in the open floor, they've scored pretty well. Come in, get a layup, all of a sudden things loosen up for you.
First points of the night for Radford, 21-19. There's a timeout on the court. Hokies will have the ball when we come back, but trailing the visiting Yellow Jackets. Aluma recovered defensively. Couture to help. Moore knocking down a 3-ball. We were tied at 24 at halftime. Both teams have cranked up the heat in the second half. Georgia Tech right off the mark. Anthony Walker was shooting 18% from beyond the arc. And now Wong tries to take it all the way against.
What able to do is move the zone. In Miami, you want to try to get the ball inside out, then go for those open threes.
Brooks gave it off, and that was Wong. 10 turnovers, 9 points. Plenty of time to get back in this one, though, for the Canes. Wong trying to work against
the 9th.
Yeah. They're up, yeah. It's in the vicinity of double digits for Georgia Tech. Bending that rim. Lonnie Wright did well not to foul. Lonnie midair contact.
Hemingway on the step through into the mid-range. And Wright secures it, Parham pushing.
Nice job by Usher to tip that ball away from
some of the kick-out threes, it seems like, for Clemson.
Yes, absolutely.
That one was from the perimeter. And a miss for Clemson. Parham.
First lead of the afternoon. Coulibaly can step out. Tried to Nick Honor that one home, and here comes Wright. Late shot clock scenario for Pitt with Tony probing but not finishing. Wright got to it on the baseline for Moore. Cool. Trying to hold serve at home. Ithiel Horton. The tip not there for Tony somehow.
4 to shoot. Jones is going to have to put it up. Tough shot on the baseline. It goes off the back iron. But Johnson is there with the rebound. Can't get the putback to go. Tech on the break. DeVoe will finish. Johnson. Finds Ray Davis down low. Can't get the bucket. Battle for a loose ball. Goes Georgia Tech's way.
Averaging a little over 19 points a game. In their losses, he's at 9. Really feast or famine, but when he plays well, they typically play well.
Nice block by Georgia Tech, but then all knotted up at 25 here at the KFC Yum Center. Jones way up top, rolls it in and out. Wright with another rebound, now double figures for Moses Wright, already 11 rebounds. Jones with more on him. Good look down low, but Wright is there to make the block.
And that's a perfect example, Chris, of what teams...
Loader, air ball. Withers is there for the rebound, back out to Jones. Jones loses it initially, but gets it back. And Wright is there to pull the board, his 12th of the game. Moore.
That game is going to be good, no matter what.
Yeah, it's must-see TV Saturday night. Right here, Louisville has started the second half the way they ended. Williamson attacking the rim. Can't get it to go. Right with the rebound, and he's fouled on the break.
Nobody sells a piece of chicken better than you, Chris Hutter.
Nobody likes a piece of chicken better than me, that's for sure. This man was second place, Williamson, in that Zaxby's Player of the Game award. He's been outstanding today. Misses there. 2020-2021 year where just about anything is possible. Playing a game on a Monday afternoon had to be strange for these players and coaches, Chris. Just a weird time and unusual.
Bigger things ahead.
Brooks. After Moore was called for a second foul, Miami struggling from the free throw line.
But off to a much better start here to start the second.
Brooks short with that shot when he had 16 in the first half against Boston College Saturday on senior night. He finished
on the basketball. No one has been able to affect Isaiah Wong like Alvarado has here today.
Auguste the miss, Wright the rebound.
Has to be careful. That scenario, he could have picked up his 5th foul and been disqualified from this game. And if I'm Miami, I continue to go at him in that post area. Only down 5 right now. You don't need threes. Continue. Miami well within striking distance. But do they have enough legs to be able to pull this off? Especially against a Georgia Tech defense that's tightened up the later this game has gone on.
Pass by Moses Wright, and then the extra pass.
Look at the position for Koprivica. Kind of faded away on the turnaround, though. Might have had a little help from Wright fading away there. Number 1 seeds are?
Yes.
I agree.
Michigan, Illinois, and then Baylor Gonzaga. It's over. That was a foul. That was a foul.
Yeah.
My goodness.
And they get Engum eventually.
That was a foul.
Used to be a leader for this team.
And Steve Forbes thought he would have made a big impact the first time these teams met, as Oguama just missed both back in early January when DeBoer had a steam there. He had it for a while with the shot clock winding down.
Well, Masoud does the majority of his damage from beyond the arc. So you see when he gets to the basket again and doesn't finish, he's more comfortable shooting the ball. For Wake Forest, and right now you look at his numbers. 18 points for him. I think that's the second time he's not finished on a 3-point play.
You have freshmen Roach and Stewart, who really struggled against Louisville on Saturday, and Mark Williams, who you've already heard from. First rebound of the night for Wright. Here come the Jackets on the push. Usher's been great field, strong drive, nothing doing. Wright with a strong rebound.
Six scored on 6 of the last 7 possessions. Find a little something on the offensive end. The movement's been good.
DJ Stewart missed. Stewart does 2 of 13.
And he's been impactful.
16 points for Williams. He has not made a free throw tonight, so it's just a 2-point lead for the Blue Devils. Baker, shot fake for 3. Rims out, goal wire with the putback that somehow doesn't go, and Moses Wright pulls away the defensive rebound. Goal wire on the push, and the long 3 attempt is missed by DJ Stewart, and another rebound for Georgia Tech. And look who has
Alvarado, the ACC leader in steals all over Buddy Boeheim. Boeheim using his height advantage, and right there for the rebound.
Yeah, those are shots Buddy's.
Griffin pulls up again. And comes to Moses Wright. Did you like that shot, Danny?
That was a heat check.
Get it.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. Great defense by Syracuse. Walled him up under the basket. Forced a bad shot.
Robert Braswell misfires. Has been injured pretty much the entire year. If he's healthy, don't you get the sense the ceiling for this team goes up considerably? Because that's the missing piece
to the ACC tournament.
Now that's half the battle this year, showing up on game day with 1, enough players, and 2, your key players.
Absolutely. Impressive.
A zero-star recruit, Danny. I mean, was he on anybody's radar coming out of high school?
He was on a few radars, but to feel comfortable with in this situation.
So Parham, I'd imagine, Danny, will be the primary ball handler as Syracuse will likely continue to press.
Tech between games. Georgia Tech went through that as well. And then came right out of the layoff with a big win against Clemson at home, making 16 three-pointers.
Moses Wright probably is more comfortable at power.
Had that 17-day pause. Lost 4 games because of it, but you can see what they've done against ranked teams throughout this season. The 4 wins against ranked teams, Mike, that's a school record here at Virginia Tech.
Yeah, no, he's going to hang offense.
Aline. Usher to Wright, who saves it.
In this game, he's not been able to get a rhythm, but there's Alvarado. Just it was just him and the clock running down. And that's your ideal point guard. He's looking to set people up, but this guy can.
Run is up to 13-1 now. I told you about that game against Georgia State. It was a quadruple overtime loss, but Moses Wright in that game went for 31 points and a career-high 19 boards. And they are defending. Second on Couture.
Watch the shape up that Moses Wright just lets him flash right into the lane. Good power dribble and strong move with the left hand.
And turnovers, 9 points. Plenty of time to get back in this one, though, for the Canes. Wong trying to work against 3 defenders, and he hit the court.
Again, if you're going to get back into this zone, into this game, you got to be able to get some stops, find a way to penetrate, and he misses all 3.
Fouled on the 3-point shot and cannot. Trying to go long distance. The Canes trying to overcome a stretch of over 8 minutes where they did not make a field goal. That's tapped around into Wright, who hands it off to Alvarado.
That last 3 by Walker.
Harrington drives, got his own miss, knocked away by Wright. And then that was tapped away from Wright out of bounds and to Georgia Tech. 46-18. Just 32% as the team shooting. McGusty from Miami misses. Wright gets the rebound.
You see Jose Alvarado again. Alvarado reeling the rim. Finish for the and one.
Struggles from the free throw line for Olani. Georgia Tech bending that rim. Olani, Wright did well not to foul, elevated and altered the shot, and then he got the basketball. And Oliver, the MVP of the ACC tournament back in 1990, on his way to the Final Four under head coach Bobby Cremins at Georgia Tech. We know Bobby's watching from somewhere.
Hemingway on the step through into the mid-range. And Wright secures it. Parham pushing.
Nice job by Usher to tip that.
That has opened up some of the kick-out threes, it seems like, for Clemson.
Yes, absolutely.
That one was from the perimeter. And a miss for Clemson. Parham.
Been beaten in ACC play on this floor. As Corey mentioned, Virginia the last team to do it last season. T.A. Clark back in the lineup. Reese Beekman taking a break in this one's well.
And before we proceed, a word from Works.
Works Landroid Robotic Lawnmower. Available at mylandroid.com. The future of lawn care is here.
Alvarado. You can hear the disappointment from the assembled crowd with the Alvarado.
Has the opportunity to tie this game or take a lead, and you see Hauser with the size advantage going all Dirk Nowitzki over Jose Alvarado with the 1-foot step back jumper.
5 minutes.
Well, now Georgia Tech drops into their matchup zone. And again, the matchup zone, it makes Notre Dame stand around a little bit, and they done up over Moses Wright, and Wright just took off and went down the court.
Heat check was coming for Prentice Hub. He's been terrific tonight. He's been terrific the last couple of weeks. Hub blows by Alvarado. Rejected. Moses Wright denied Prentice Hub. DeVoe in transition.
1 of 8 from 3.
scoring.
Boy, that's good hands by Moses Wright. He knocked the ball away and forced Sims another 4 feet from the basket. And
on the road would be a quad one victory as things stand right now. Sims got blocked by Moses Wright.
30 or more points 9 times. So he's a guy that can put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, he hit a... Man, look at the ball pressure from Alvarado up on Nick Honor. Sims jockeying with Wright, and Sims before Christmas. Shot clock winding down. This is Sims going against Wright. Falling away, no. He threw the post entry this time for Sims. He's been battling with Wright, took the contact. And boy, Moses Wright has come alive here down the stretch for Georgia Tech. Great entry from Bear to Sims to cut it to 1.
It's Xavier Johnson, who doesn't shoot it all that well from deep, but a second chance opportunity with Koulibaly underneath. And
Nasir Brooks, the transfer from Cincinnati. Half. Augusti to Nasir Brooks. Nice move inside.
Back in the game, not liking what he's seeing from this group on the floor.
Brooks. And a foul called. A 5-point lead as we approach 6 minutes remaining. The winner will play Virginia tomorrow. Good position inside by Brooks. Boy, he took a lot of...
Moses Wright has to be careful. That scenario, he could have picked up his 5th foul and been disqualified from this game. And if I'm Miami, I continue to go.
Now it looks like a 2-3. So you can't get caught up in trying to identify. You just have to make a play against it, and that's a bad pass. Where is Ngom going to...
And Georgia Tech, Dan Schulman, Jay Billis, Allison Williams. Very glad you're with us here with the Greensboro Coliseum as Koprivica lays it in. And up
North Carolina, they had 21 turnovers against Georgia Tech in Atlanta.
Raekwon Gray with a soft touch.
A really good pass by Moses Wright, and then the extra pass.
Look at the position for Koprivica. Kind of faded away on the... Koprivica, strong move, but Wright got him.
Colton's, even for a 7-footer with good feet, just another bad pass. My good
opportunities to run. But we see Ian DeBose going to the basket. As Steve Forbes told us, he's one of really the 3 playmakers they have that can push.
COVID has a shape? that is something that's new to me. However, when you talk about the best footwear.
The selection committee selects the 68 teams. If there is a team that has COVID issues, they would be replaced by one of the... Pastner had him doing early morning workouts early in his career because he wasn't getting time. There were a couple of plays early as Mark Williams flushed.
Here to go along with 5 assists and 5 rebounds.
Usher and Wright are playing really well together in that.
Days for Virginia Tech between games. Georgia Tech went through that as well. And then came right out of the layoff with a big win against Clemson in that game for Mutz. But he has to go to the bench for the redshirt junior from Millville, New Jersey. Did play a season at Delaware.
Let's fake. With T-Mobile for Business, your business has an easy choice. The largest 5G network, award-winning customer service.
Moore trying to shake Couture. Gives it to Wright, lost it on the way up and was fouled.
Poor on the reach in that time.
Lead Moore, who just hit a 3 for Georgia Tech, is going to the line.
Outstanding.
So 4 points on 2 of 7 shooting and 0 for 3 on threes for Wong. And his day is done thanks to an ankle injury.
Best way.
Brooks off the entry. Trying to work on Wright. And Brooks scores. Open.
Scoring.
Boy, that's good hands by Moses Wright. He knocked the ball away and forced Sims another 4 feet from the basket. And
for them, on the road would be a quad one victory as things stand right now. Sims got blocked by
Ward. 30 or more points 9 times. So he's a guy that can put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, than they did in the first half.
Man, look at the ball pressure from Alvarado up on Nick Honor. Sims jockeying with for Christmas. Shot clock winding down. This is Sims going against Wright. Falling away, no.
Throughout the game.
He threw the post entry this time for Sims. He's been battling with Wright, took the contact. And boy, Moses Wright has come alive here down the stretch for Georgia Tech. Great entry from Bear to Sims to
stop. And I think that was actually DeVoe that came over and swatted at that as well.
And Wright for
back under head coach Josh Pastner here at Georgia Tech. And the Jackets haven't beaten Virginia in quite some time.
Defense you're playing, you have to find him. You can't give him open looks.
Durham contested shot on Moses Wright.
High school late blossom player, great body, good athleticism, and the skills kept getting better and better. Look at that front, great defense.
Thank you, Mike. Great finish between Pittsburgh and Wake Forest.
Both these teams have a balanced offensive attack. 4 players in double digits for both these squads. So again, it's not that Georgia Tech continues to hit, and you know when you play against Virginia, most of your shot attempts are going to be contested.
13 straight ACC games. Their last conference loss was pre-pandemic, which feels like a lifetime ago. Jay Hop looking for an answer, gets right up in the air, and he responds.
Go up, uses hops, and throw it down. Beautiful pass.
Jay Hop looking for an answer, draws the...
He hit the midway point of the first half. So unusual to see an empty Cameron Indoor break field.
Sims left it on the block. DeVoe. Early turnovers by Clemson as Georgia Tech switches up.
Already. That was an 8-point loss on Wednesday for Georgia Tech to the number 9 team in the country, as Amir Sims had it pried away.
Play, and again he buries it. The non-shooters coming out here today in Atlanta.
Whoa, Moses Wright. Coulibaly denied.
Ball.
And Pitt does have Xavier Johnson back in. They adjusted the turnover count to 7 early on here in the second half. Johnson with some contact, no whistle, and another.
Jones with more on him. Good look down low, but Wright is there to make the block. The follow-up to go. Jones left alone, gets the... Johnson for 3, come on.
You can hear that as well, even when there aren't folks in the stands. He wanted a particular play call, and boy, did that work.
Team, when you play a team like Georgia Tech, and they can switch it up every possession.
Yeah, it is difficult. You know, used to do a lot of this stuff as Louisville when Rick Pitino was there.
But this is who Josh Pastner is. Like, that's not an act. He's, every single time I've ever talked with him, and I'm sure you would say the same thing, Jay, it's a 13-2 Tech run.
He needs to have a monitoring device on to know where he is all the time. Years ago. Now that's a good shot.
Barnes using the Osborne screen, lays it in, and it's a 1-point game.
Through a workout earlier this year due to medical reasons, but he's made a big impact for Wake here in the first half.
And he's one of those guys where you consider if you have him throughout, they know how to use your feet, good balance.
Well, tennis is the same thing. You're on your toes all the time. It's lateral quickness, it's reaction. And Moses Wright has it, as he shows it off right there.
There's Goldwire on the lob, and for the second time. Brakefield gets his man in the air, and a chance for a 3-point. Had it knocked away. Goldwire with 6 assists so far. Bit of a homecoming for him. That might be number 7. And there's the bucket. And you know, if I were going to nitpick, I would say if we were on your radio show, then they would not have been able to see the dancing. Patrick's part of Duke down the stretch is the veteran Jordan Goldwire, who has the ball in his hands right now, lobs it to Williams, and he's fouled. Boyd losing his 2nd straight game. They've got Carolina on Saturday. The lob again to Mark Williams, and again Moses Wright.
Plain and simple. He scores it, he rebounds, he blocks shots, he gets steals. He's efficient with his touches, and right there, great hands.
On Wednesday, they had that long 17-day pause as Brooks tries to...
You see both teams playing zone, and where Georgia Tech is doing a better job, Miami. You see the nice lob And the finish by Brooks.
4 already. That was an 8-point loss on Wednesday for Georgia Tech to the number 9 team in the country, as Amir Sims had it.
7 seconds to shoot. Prentice up, trying to make something happen. Looks inside. Jawan Durham takes one dribble and slams it home.
You got to try to keep guys out of the lane.
Hub thought about the shot. Hand off to Durham and Jawan. Inside Leszewski.
Have to be wary.
Front of the ball, they've really guarded it off the dribble. Nicely done there by Dre Davis.
Jones spinning in the lane. Rejected.
Don't have to guard as many ball screens.
Barnes, tough shot. Popravit.
There's the pseudo freshman, as you said, Carter Witt, who was a mid-year enrollee coming out of high school early. Got it to Musius.
Moses Wright had 8 points and 6 rebounds. And again, it's those games, the games where you had to play against the best
Wake Forest down by 11. Time wasting away on him. Moses Wright comes up with it.
It was one of the greatest we've seen, and it was a North Carolina team that struggled to figure out who they were throughout the course of that season. It just always delivers.
Georgia Tech can't get anything to drop right now at home.
Those are 2 guys that people think can be all ACC caliber players when the warning on the shielded Josh Pastner. Koprivica puts right through the spin cycle.
In the backcourt, get into the shot clock so they'll have less time to operate.
Get Jose Alvarado
Uncontested three. A three from Usher, a three from Alvarado. The lead now down to 5. And now Love. Trying to get past Wright. Rolls off.
In North Carolina, you don't need a quick three. Take your time.
18 points for Alvarado.
He's shooting an astronomical number of foul shots compared to what normal years would be.
That's a strong take by DJ Stewart.
But I think that's what we forget about our experienced team with some youth around him. Those experienced guys are grooming
with the drive.
Well, that ball screen defense has been an issue for Duke. And the biggest issue to me, it's not the physicality, it's the communication.
I'm starting to feel better already. It's just what the doctor ordered.
This is a message from the secret.
He has the ball now. Working on the freshman Jalen Johnson. Trying to back him down.
From coast to coast, from the Great Lakes to the Gulf, at Spectrum Reach, we make local businesses big and big brands look local. Grow your business.
The ultimate test. Well, and selfishly, I get to shoot more, so there you go.
Two colors come out. ESPN college basketball sweatshirt. That's how much it meant to him. Really? I just continue to encourage people to give, and fight that.
Isaiah Jackson one-on-one.
Could you imagine Drew Holiday maybe with the Philadelphia 76ers?
Zigmar's Rimo ends a sixth, and well done. Under 8 minutes to go. A good hustle there by Kijab. That's the kind of hustle play that he is known to make. Then he takes it to the baseline route against Wright. Those guys on the floor. Pretty impressive as well.
I am digging the pink shoes. I didn't see any of those guys have them on yesterday at practice, but they look good.
Your defense helps your offense. It allows you to make runs. That's why they track.
Harlan Beverly, short on the Jarnega, assured us that was no issue, and he practiced this week. McGusty drives and scores for his first points.
An attempt many three-pointers, but he is far and away their best long man from downtown. As Mack misses.
See, that's a bad pass coming out there. Banks was down inside. Sims had a chance to get a three. A bad pass, and now Sims loses.
They don't mind switching on the fly.
I see Georgia Tech outstanding, particularly with that three-point field goal percentage defense.
This is the largest lead of the game for Georgia Tech at 11 points.
That's just
Tech could not have done it any better.
No, that's exactly what you run. You run all the time off the clock and score.
Tevin.
I try and get back here as much as I can. I love Georgia Tech. It was a perfect place for me. It was
Gotta give him space to operate. This is one-on-one basketball.
Designs to just pull the trigger.
tracks him, and Hemingway actually hung on the rim. That's what his problem was. Glad he's okay, though.
Yeah, he reached out for something there to break the
ball and tracking it to the basket for an offensive rebound.
Sims trying to stretch Wright.
And he has not been converting. Normally you wouldn't mind Alvarado in transition. That's a good shot for him.
Honor knocks it down. Double figures as well, joining Parham with a dozen. And it's Georgia Tech by 3. Sims ties the ball.
Find him off the screen, and he's given Georgia Tech its first lead of the afternoon. Coulibaly can step out. Ball. And Pitt does have Xavier Johnson back in. They adjusted the turnover count. The handle. Shot clock winding down on the freshman Will Jeffress. Coulibaly's got a hoist.
16-foot jump shot. Cardinals with David Johnson looking to extend their lead. He had the hot hand all game long. Was battling for that rebound, but David Johnson picks it up. To Jones we go. Into the corner. Williamson again. Off the... Johnson for 3. Come on.
Team when you play a team like Georgia Tech and they can switch it up every possession.
Yeah, it is difficult. You used to do a lot of this stuff as Louisville when Rick Pitino was there.
A lot of contact, but they play on.
That's the way to defend Alvarado. Make him finish with a tough 2.
Polites.
That, but also a change in the lineup with Lee Moore stepping back into the starting lineup. They have been a better defensive team with him on the floor. We talked with Josh Pastner.
There's the pseudo freshman, as you said, Carter Witt, who was a mid-year enrollee coming out of high school early. Got it to Musius, who...
Well, and not just that, right? So when you look at this Georgia Tech team, and Jose has done it on both ends of the floor, he positioned and rewarding Howard for his stellar play as Georgia Tech goes to that zone, which no one can things he also mentioned was you can't speed these guys up. They play at their own pace, regardless of what you do. And again, a veteran backcourt, DeVoe in his 3rd year, Alvarado in his 4th year on the flats. And both these guys very comfortable with Josh Pastner and the style of play that he wants them to play on the offensive and defensive. My prayers and condolences to the family and, of course, to my brother Randolph for their loss. And, again, I know this is a difficult time for him. And talked to him earlier.
Foul. I like that. I agree. So if you thought we would praise the officials before questioning them tonight, all on the way is no good. And the Blue Devils down 4 have the ball.
Yeah, Bubba Parham, dangerous scorer, but not a lot of guys like Carlik Jones out there. Duke is operating, and I feel like Georgia Tech's just playing. And at some point, you do have to settle in and get yourself some good looks. It was one of the greatest we've seen, and it was a North Carolina team that struggled to figure out who they were throughout the course of that season. It just always delivers.
Well, incidental contact as Wendell Moore has it. Moses Wright races. Here comes Goldwire, the senior from Norcross, Georgia. Kicks it to the corner. Great field, and we're going to...
Dolezaj had picked up that second foul. Guerrier from the outside, short of the finals. Guerrier was calling for it, and
available coupon codes and automatically applies them.
Save me some cheddar.
Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Or have been blowouts. This had been close. It's still fairly close, but Georgia Tech in the last few minutes creating some distance.
Well, both teams right now having difficulty running offense. Aline. Tom Wormy, Mike Jaminski coming up at halftime. So glad that you're with us. 17 years at Wofford. I've known Mike Young.
Harry's razors are here. Harry's, not the same. Available in-store and at harrys.com.
Wright. 8 points now for Wright. 16 for DeVoe. To lead everybody in scoring in our first half. It takes a 3 from Atlanta and misses. Trying to go long distance. The Canes trying to overcome a stretch of over 8 minutes where they did.
Hemingway actually hung on the rim. That's what his problem was. Glad he's okay, though.
Yeah, he reached out for something there to break
ball and tracking it to the basket for an offensive rebound.
Sims trying to stretch Wright.
And he has not been converting. Normally you wouldn't mind Alvarado in transition. That's a good shot for him.
Honor. All set up by a career-high 5th steal for DeVoe. Oh, great kick out from Todd. Figures as well, joining Parham with a dozen. And it's Georgia Tech by 3. Sims ties the ball game.
For Kihei Clark after not scoring in the first half.
And right now, Georgia Tech comes out of the timeout. That 1-3
created some problems.
Leschewski for 3. Georgia Tech started 0 for 5 with 3 turnovers. That Notre Dame defense, the story early. Nate Leschewski.
Leschewski trying to post up inside against DeVoe, but
Georgia Tech's made their last 4 baskets, 7 of their last 9, and yet they really haven't cut into this Notre Dame lead. Because of that.
Way back, and it's a role reversal here. Georgia Tech is the team shooting the ball very well, playing great on the defensive end.
16 in the country. They'll take you inside the line.
He's been terrific. 23 points. Found Honor. And he's blocked.
And I think that was actually DeVoe that came over and swatted at that as well.
And Wright for sure gets it.
Play. And again, he buries it. The non-shooters coming out here today in Atlanta.
Whoa, Moses Wright. 7 early on here in the second half. Johnson with some contact, no whistle, and a
nice little pass to Withers on the back end, but Withers has it stripped from him as he goes up. Johnson driving. Look at those moves. Blocked by Wright.
Front of the ball, they've really guarded it off the dribble. Nicely done there by Dre Davis.
Jones spinning in the lane. Rejected.
Switch, and Gom switched off, but he's got to switch right up into Alvarado. If he goes past him, it's just going to be a tough 2.
That was Chitwood reference and a give and go reference. It's an old school broadcast tonight. Travel is the call. It's locked in who the 4 number 1 seeds are?
Yes.
I agree.
Michigan, Illinois, and then Baylor Gonzaga. It's over. That was a foul.
It's a 13-2 Tech run.
He needs to have a monitoring device on to know where he is all the time. Years ago. Now that's a good shot.
Barnes using the Osborne screen, lays it in, and it's a 1-point game.
Don't have to guard as many ball screens.
Barnes, tough shot.
Minutes. Moses Wright had 8 points and 6 rebounds. And again, it's those games, the games where you had to play against the best competition.
Ultimately, DeVoe has to beat more to the spot, and that's a strong finish. They're going to call it offensive.
Syracuse. Marek Dolezaj back on the floor for the Orange after picking up 3 fouls in the first half. Syracuse did get some good minutes from Jesse Edwards.
Playing against Georgia Tech, you want to take away some scoring opportunities for some of their key guys, and Syracuse did a good job of that in the first half.
Himes had a quiet game. Shot clock at 2. Guerrier gets rid of it. And Usher off the scramble. Up ahead.
And behind the head. And then slammed it with the right. Aluma fenced in for a moment. Put it up on the rim. Usher with 4 on the shot clock. Trying to shake Aluma. Offensive foul against Usher. Trying to win road games in the ACC. for the first time since 2008.
You know, Tom, the common thread when Virginia Tech has had big losses is the opponent.
Quick first step from Sims, who gets the... He's been terrific. 23 points. Found Honor. And he's blocked. Sims off the bounce. Got some space and got the...
Georgia Tech can't get anything to drop right now at home.
Lane.
Cormac Ryan off the draw. Hub blows by Alvarado. Rejected. There's Alvarado all over Hub. Passes off Leszewski. Nate Leszewski.
This team.
On that game, even without scoring.
Boy, that's good hands by Moses Wright. He knocked the ball away and forced Sims another 4 feet from the basket, and he paid for that 4 feet. Yeah. That's great defense.
This for them on the road would be a quad one victory as things stand right now. Sims got blocked by Moses Wright underneath.
Sims was a little...
He's been terrific. 23 points. Found Honor, and he's blocked. Moses Wright came to get it.
Honor to stop, and I think that was actually DeVoe that came over and swatted at that as well.
And Wright for sure gets it this time on Sims.
3 in conference play. And again, he buries it. The non-shooters coming out here today in Atlanta.
Whoa, Moses Wright went up to meet Femi Odukali, and with two... Coulibaly denied. Alvarado got it off.
Carly Jones for three. Nice pass. And a really good block there by Moses. Michael DeVoe averaging a little over 19 points a game. In their losses, he's at 9. Really feast or famine, but when he plays well, they typically play well.
Nice block by... Blocked by Wright, doing it on both ends. Over to David Johnson, who a nice little pass to Withers on the back end, but Withers has it stripped from him as he goes up. Johnson driving, look at those moves. Blocked by Wright. Out to Alvarado. Jones with more on him. Good look down low, but Wright is there to make the block.
And that's a perfect example, Chris. Today, they stayed in front of the ball. They've really guarded it off the dribble. Nicely done there by Dre Davis.
Jones spinning in the lane. Rejected by Wright. Here's Williamson. More D'd him up. Down low, blocked by Wright. Blazinski again this time.
Opposite on the offensive team when you play a team like Georgia Tech and they can switch it up every possession.
Yeah, it is difficult. You know, used to do a lot of this stuff as Louisville when Rick Pitino was there. They would show zone and then it would go man.
but this is who Josh Pastner is. Like, that's not an act. He's, every single time I've ever talked with him, and I'm sure you would say the same thing, Jay, the glass, never mind the glass is half full, the glass is overflowing. Koprivica, strong move, but Wright got him. Koprivica again, and it's a held ball.
Don't have to guard as many ball screens.
Barnes, tough shot. Koprivica blocked.
The more they see of the truth machine, the less they like it. Isaiah Busius on the baseline drive got denied by Mike DeVoe, and then Georgia Tech helped out defensively.
Good balance. Well, tennis is the same thing. You're on your toes all the time. It's lateral quickness, it's reaction. And Moses Wright has it, as he shows it off right there on the quick jump block. More cute. Moses Wright going to the NCAA tournament is a big deal. And as Joe Lenardi said, with a win, Duke's in. A Georgia Tech win, they're in. Duke's out.
Jackets haven't been there in 11 years.
Marek Dolezaj back on the floor for the Orange after picking up 3 fouls in the first half. Syracuse did get some good minutes from Jesse Edwards.
Parham with his points from VMI as well, over 1,000.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, this group, and you talk about a team that has upperclassmen, has seniors,
Aronson drives, got his own miss, knocked away by Wright. And then that was tapped away from Wright out of bounds. And
on that game, even without scoring.
Boy, that's good hands by Moses Wright. He knocked the ball away and forced Sims another 4 feet from the basket, and he paid for that 4 feet. Yeah. That's great defense.
This for them on the road would be a quad 1 victory as things stand right now. Sims got blocked by Moses Wright underneath. He's been terrific. 23 points. Found Honor. And he's blocked. Moses Wright came to get it.
Forcing Honor to stop. And I think that was actually DeVoe that came over and swatted at that as well.
And Wright for sure gets it this time on Sims.
Blows by Alvarado, rejected. Moses Wright denied Prentice Hub.
Get on Alvarado in the backcourt.
more than content to just run the shot clock down. Get out of Dodge with a win. Up top. Couldn't be corralled. Usher on the break.
Even for a 7-footer with good feet, just another bad pass. My goodness.
Wright knocks it away. Another turnover. Sturdivant.
Back. Wake Forest down by 11. Time wasting away on him. Moses Wright comes up with it.
You know, and oftentimes
he does it all, plain and simple. He scores it, he rebounds, he blocks shots, he gets steals. He's efficient with his touches, and right there, great hands on defense, picks up a steal.
13 for Usher to go along with 5 assists and 5 rebounds.
Usher and Wright are playing really well together in that high post, low post area of that zone.
39 minutes of action in that game for Mutz, but he has to go to the bench for the redshirt junior from Millville, New Jersey. Did play a season at Delaware, a spectator right now watching his teammates.
Let's fake. With T-Mobile for Business, your business has an easy choice. The largest 5G network, award-winning customer satisfaction, insanely great value.
Noon tip. He said that's one of the reasons they came in Thursday instead of yesterday.
Exactly right, and DeVoe has settled into a nice flow early, deflected away, and the Jackets want to run it.
Right in the paint. You mentioned the three-point shooting for Clemson. The last 2 games coming in, they've looked a lot like the team they were earlier this season as they turn it over there. But they've shot it well the last.
And with T.A. Clark going to the bench early to get Amos Walton comes out in the game. He shot the basketball extremely well against Pittsburgh.
Tennis in high school, late blossom player, great body, good athleticism, and the skills kept getting better and better. Look at that front, great defense.
Another steal. Here's DeVoe ahead of the pack.
Basketball. He knows that MJ Walker is an outside shooter, over 40% from 3.
At Florida State gives it up. Turnover number. Basket in the foul for Moses Wright.
Florida State's been trapping along the baseline. They get there quick, but Moses Wright gets rid of it quicker. Who told me it's the greatest competitor we've ever had at Christ the King.
Koprovic. And he cuts the margin back to 7.
When you play Florida State, you don't know who's going to have a big night. You don't know who's going to go past their average. And that's the beauty
per game. Sharp. Knocked away.
Good active hands by Moses Wright. And again, one of the things with Georgia Tech is that they got a
best on the Carolina roster. He's got the ball now. Bakehouse pass deflected away in Parham. Nifty bounce pass, tried to thread it to DeVoe. They work it into the corner for Caleb Lowe. Angular rebound kept alive. Davis trying to float it up there. Might have been looking for Sharp, tapped away. Usher up and under. 6-point halftime lead for Carolina. They got the ball back.
And then you see that shot by Jordan Usher. I'm not happy with that shot, but then you see a great steal by Georgia Tech. What that pass by Bubba Parham, the left on hands right now. In North Carolina, you don't need a quick 3. Take your time.
18 points for Alvarado to lead.
A lot of other coaches said, you know, I don't know if we can win in the ACC with guys like Jose Alvarado. His development over the course of his career at Georgia Tech has turned him into a winner.
Sims lost it on the block. DeVoe.
Early turnovers by Clemson as Georgia Tech switches up their defense.
DeVoe in heavy. A lot of dribbling from Sims. Gives it to Honor. Hall. Stripped away. Moses Wright.
Defense, and that's much easier to say than it is to do, particularly for a Wake Forest team that doesn't really have an inside threat. His team's performance is going to be dependent, at least in part, on how he performs.
Right now, the team performance pretty good. Largest lead of the night, and they're looking for more. 3-on-1. Wright passes it off. Moses Wright fading away. Great finish for Moses Wright.
Defender has to work and chase the play. His defender works and chases the play. He's going to get himself in position to get easier buckets.
McGowan's picked up his third foul before the break and threw a bad pass here. Takeaway for Georgia Tech.
High unblockable release. He's getting you off the bounce, going both directions and around the rim. He still has not fumbled the ball.
Askew left his feet, turnover. Wright. Stolen by Wright, and he gets tripped up by Jackson. And
Wednesday, the game against Gardner Webb postponed. And now the final minute from McCamish Pavilion. I feel pretty safe in saying, Brian, we're not going to see a repeat of what we saw.
Randolph looking to post his big again, and why not? Poked away and stolen. Good defensive effort by Moses Wright.
With just over 14 minutes to go in our second half.
It's one of the best in terms of Division I. Georgia in basketball, it's one of the best in terms of Division I prospects.
Wright the steal. Alvarado